Hi, I'm Mike. Calves are being born all around the ranch. And today, I take you on a guided tour of calving season right here on our Wyoming Life. Welcome to our Wyoming Life. Years ago, my wife and I left our corporate jobs to come help out on the family ranch. And the day we left the city, we knew our lives were changing forever, for the good or the bad. We didn't quite know which at the time. If you'd like to come along with us and explore the ranch life, make sure you subscribe. We're going to give you the chance to escape your ordinary and see a life that may shock you, may make you laugh, sometimes cry, but in the end, it'll definitely make you think. When we came here, it was a new beginning for us. We started our lives over, and one thing that we'd never dealt with, being the city folks that we were back then, was how things in our new life would start over again every single year. Life on the ranch is a cycle. The same major events happen over and over again every year, and it's the stuff that happens in between that makes it unpredictable and very interesting. You cut hay in the summer, you feed hay all winter, and in the spring, new life emerges. Whether it's new grass growing in the pasture or new calves filling up the ranch. Calving season extends here from March until the beginning of June. We start calving heifers early, and today I am proud to say that each and every one of them has now had a calf. But in no way does that mean that we're done. Our older moms, the cows, are now having their calves at the rate of about 3 or 4 per day. Heifers require a lot of supervision during calving. The cows, not so much. They've done this a few times, and most of them are well versed at what to do and how to do it. The only time we really have problems with cows is because of the weather, and today is going to be a beautiful day for calving. Each day of calving starts with checking the cows shortly after sunup. The cows are now confined to a little over 400 acres. We call it the home pasture because it's close to home. And if we do have to get a cow back to the corrals or into the barn, we can do it. This 400-acre pasture is far from flat. It contains a few hills, a couple of valleys, and a few ponds. All great places for a cow to hide while having her calf. The goal of checking cows is to find calves that have recently been born. Those calves we'll take a look at. Make sure they're able to get up and walk on their own, and we'll also tag their ears with a numbered ear tag. That number will be associated with them for their entire time here on the ranch. It allows us to keep track of them, their health, their weight, who their mom is, and any other information that we may need to keep them healthy while they're here. 50 to 100 years ago, these cows would have been on their own. Cows and calves would be out on pasture or on the free range, and they'd fend for themselves. If they had difficulty during calving, more than likely the calf, or sometimes even the cow, would have died. If storms rolled through, calves would freeze down. They'd become hypothermic, and some would never get up again. Nowadays, ranchers take a much more hands-on approach to calving. Anytime, day or night, you'll find ranchers, hired hands, and family members out checking cows. If there's a problem, it's going to be much more likely to be dealt with fast and usually with a better outcome than if the cows were on their own. The cows may not see it this way, but we're their lifeline. And being able to check calves and cows and staying on top of them as they calve makes for a better life for them and the ranch. Normally, there's nothing too hard about it. You just have to have a little bit of nerve about you. Getting out of a gator and facing a 1,200 to 1,500 pound protective mom can be a little intimidating, but you can't show fear. They can sense it, and they'll use it to their advantage. Each and every calf that is born, we try to be there as soon as possible. We get in, we get done what we need to do, and we get out, leaving mom and baby to bond, letting the calf get a drink and move on with their life. Calves are tagged in the order of their birth, and although we run a few different color ear tags on the ranch, red for ranch cows and purple, pink, and blue for the kids' cows, we keep track of them just the same. And occasionally, we find a calf with no mom around. Now, these may seem like the easy ones, but I'd rather have a mom here staring me in the face. This one's mom has probably wandered off to eat, but we can't pass up the opportunity to tag it. But because we don't know who the mom is, it's a bit of a gamble. Odds are it's a ranch cow, so we tag it with a red tag. The calf gets up, and it's gone, moving up over the hill. Now this causes a few problems because mom probably knows where she left her calf, and she's going to come back looking for it, and it's going to be gone. But we don't know who mom is yet, so we'll head back out until mom reveals herself and tag a few more newborns. Here's a nice little surprise across the field. See if you can recognize this cow. This is Bambi, Mackenzie's pet cow. Her mom died while having her, and she was bottle raised, and probably the friendliest cow on the ranch. Mackenzie is going to be thrilled to know that Bambi has had her calf, but let's wait to tell her. In fact, let's bring her out here in a little bit, and we'll show her ourselves. Before wrapping up this first check of the morning, let's head back and see what our lone calf is up to and see if mom is looking for it yet. At almost the exact spot where we tagged her calf, mom is now back and looking. Number 117. And now our goal is to reunite mom and calf. But first, we have to find the calf. Now calves are great at hiding, especially in the sagebrush, so the only way to really find them is to go for another drive. Now we know the little one couldn't have gone far, and we drive by calf after calf looking for his number. Eventually though, we do find him hiding in some sagebrush. Let's load him up into the gator, then take him back to mom. Where they both seem happy, and he left me a nice little surprise in the gator. That's the reward for helping out. Done with this check, it's back to the shop to clean up this mess, and then out to feed the cows. Now we feed after checking for new babies because when breakfast comes, a lot of the cows will drag their new calves into the herd to eat. Now this creates more problems than leaving them separated off, but now everybody can come get a bite. We'll check the cows multiple times throughout the day, usually every 4 hours or so, unless we know that we have a cow that is in labor, like this cow, who's off by herself. She didn't come to eat, and we can tell by looking at her that she's going to have a calf any time now. We'll give her about an hour or so, and we'll come back out and check on her and see how she's doing. In between that time, we can knock out a few other chores. In the barn are our two healthy bottle calves, Andy and our yet unnamed calf. Both of these boys were part of a pair of twins, and because a cow can sometimes have trouble taking care of a set of twins, especially out on pasture, we decided that they'd be better off with us. They'll eat about 4 of these bottles per day, about every 4 hours, so that works out pretty well. In the shop, we have another problem calf, lucky number 13. He's been battling scours, a case of bovine diarrhea, which has left him dehydrated and weak. We're in the process of nursing him back to health. After a quick break, it's time to head out and check again. This time, we get the girls to go with us, and we can spring Mackenzie's surprise on her. First though, we're going to stop by our cow that we knew was in labor, and she has had a calf. One quick tag later, and we're off to find Bambi. Now we're sitting at just over 60 calves on the ranch. With our 3 sets of twins we're now well over a 100% survival rate. And I can't tell you how much getting the chance to give our kids experiences like these makes giving up the dog-eat-dog world of corporate America all that much more sweeter. I would have never guessed that I would be here, and now I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Just like these calves, we were given a fresh start at life, a life that we wouldn't change for anything, and we're very glad that we can share with you. I hope you continue to explore the ranch life with us and escape the ordinary. Join us 3 times per week by subscribing and hitting that bell button so you don't miss a thing. We'll see you again on Tuesday as we get started on Erin's new high tunnel and the greenhouse. Until then, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.